Happy February, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful first day of the month. And as always, I'm thrilled to bring you an energy update to support you, to help you work through all this big, powerful magnetic energy we've got coming through. The massive theme this month is returning to the soul. I'm going to show you how to meet those soul needs, how to nurture them, and of course, we've got some big crystal recommendations at the end of this video. Now, we are in the heart of winter, so you want to remember that this is always an invitation to go inward. So the most important question to ask yourself this month is, what does my soul need in this moment? Now, the key here is looking for an answer, and you want to take a step back and realize something. We have different soul needs. So maybe this is a time for you to take action on something, maybe a project you've been sitting on. You just feel more motivated and you're ready to push something forward. Or say you're someone who's saying, no, you know what? I need to hibernate. I need more of my inside time for my inner work, right? Inside time to process, and I don't want to make any moves right now. There is no wrong answer. We're not looking to see what anyone else is doing this month. This is about nurturing, right? Those inner needs that are very individual. Maybe on a collective level, you're picking up on some sort of wave, but you want to pay so much attention to what comes up in your heart this month. Our souls have specific needs that need to be met for our highest healing and expansion. And the energy this month is here to support that. So you're going to be really honest with yourself. You can take a moment to breathe, put your hand on your heart center, really reflect and say to yourself, what do you need from me, my love? Talk to yourself in that gentle, kind voice, because essentially you're speaking directly to your inner child. And then you want to listen for a response. Maybe you feel some energy coming up in the heart center. Maybe it's just quiet and still. And then maybe you need to go through this month and just live your journey and then discover those answers. So those answers might come to you immediately. You may have something more auditory come up where you can hear yourself giving yourself advice. Maybe you're looking for an emotional response, and then you're going to tune into what that emotion is and what it's telling you and where it's directing you. Or like I just said, you're going to take the time to see what that is, because it may show up for you in dream time. You may be out doing something and get that moment of clarity, or say maybe by the end of the month, this comes to you and then you begin the next month from that space of knowing yourself a little bit better. So what I'm really saying is 2024 is the year that you meet your needs, and you're going to be doing this by going within right now, by getting to know yourself even deeper, but also discovering what those soul needs are. Oftentimes we think we know what they are and we have a sense of direction, and usually we're right, but things shift. We change every single day. Every time we blink, we're on a new timeline, you guys. So let's honor the things that have shifted within us and then continue to rediscover those needs, because that's how we create exactly what we want, but also it's how we become a resonance match for what we are attracting. Now, some of us have a really strong idea of what those soul needs are, and that's great. You want to continue to nurture that. And if you aren't sure, this is where nurturing comes in, and we do things that feel really nurturing and loving to us. So the more we meet with ourselves, meaning meeting with inner child or getting to know the things that feel really safe to us, the more we'll be able to nurture those needs, because when we feel that sense of safety, that's the foundation we're creating to actually move higher in our consciousness. When those sort of base level needs are met, when the nervous system is calm and regulated, we do get the sense of like safety to discover ourselves even deeper and expand into more things. And I do know that a lot of you guys who've been watching my energy updates have already cultivated a really beautiful and strong foundation for you. So if that's where you are, then you're going to use this energy this month to continue to expand in this area. So one of the first key words you want to look at is the word enrichment. Break this word down for you, but essentially what's going to bring some more enrichment into your life? I suggest learning something new. Essentially, when we learn something new, we create those new neural pathways. It's actually really going to support you in healing the brain if this is something you want to look at, but also we have that energy in both those hemispheres that actually needs to be balanced. So you want to continue this for your overall physical health, but then spiritual health as well, because the electric charge of the brain is directly related to the electric charge in the heart center and all the different ways we do expand. Enrichment can also mean what's going to add a new energetic experience into your life, something that's really going to change how you see yourself and the world. So essentially, we are enriching the soul by looking at things that we're interested in and actually even just expanding our hobby base, all the different things that we want to try this year. This is a good month to move that forward. Now, there's two other big key words this month. That is feeling revived and feeling rejuvenated. Look at what is reviving you. Now, you're not going like back and looking at something that maybe you used to like, or something you're interested in. What you're actually doing is saying, hey, when did I feel a lot of peace? When did I feel a lot of joy, or maybe like excitement for life and adventure? If this feels low to you, if you feel like your life force has sort of dipped in these areas, this is actually what you are reviving, that sense of spirit and excitement and actual soul. So things that you used to be interested in, that's actually how this circles back. We're looking first at the emotion, the way something made us feel, and now we're saying, how can we do something that's going to revive this energy, to bring me that same joy I may have felt at a certain stage in life? If you haven't even felt that at any stage, well then great, you're going to create it right now. That's what the dynamic energy is going to help us with this month. And I'm actually speaking beyond the energy of what Aquarius is bringing us and even what Pisces is bringing us. Yes, these two energies bring such a magical collaboration. There is more communication, logic, and thinking, but there's also a lot of emotion and soul. These actually work really well together. And as that's going on behind the scenes, everything you're doing now is fueled by what enriches you, what nourishes you, of course, and then what makes you feel, I'm revived. Now, when I'm speaking about rejuvenation, look at things that feel like it's a breath of fresh air. This might elicit more of a physical response in your actual lungs and in your body, but what's going on really is that you're circulating a lot of life force into your field. And so when something rejuvenates us, what does it do? Well, it brings us back. It gives us that sense of, oh my goodness, I can breathe, I can see clearly, but mostly I'm more aligned with those things that I really, really want, those things that I care about. It's almost like we are stuck somewhere and now we've come back to life. We can breathe and we're excited again. So this could mean spending time in nature, going more inward with your meditations, meeting with friends, creating some sort of connection in your life, or some sort of spark or charge. Maybe you get a book that really inspires you. Whatever rejuvenation feels like to you, go for it. Hey, maybe you just need to go on a vacation. Maybe you need to attend one of my retreats, wink, wink. I'm actually not plugging it because my current retreat is sold out, but hey, maybe you want to attend the next one. Maybe you want to look at some sort of seminar or workshop that someone is teaching that's going to get you just really excited. And so whether you're more like artistic or creative, or you want to learn something new, maybe you're going to do something that's going to allow you to study and just expand your wisdom and knowledge base. What I'm saying is, this is when you want to go look for those things, because come March, a lot of new things are going to really sprout within you. And what you're doing right now is planting seeds, watering, cultivating. You're actually doing a lot of things at once. That's because the energy this month is so dynamic. So what that means is things will probably move along for you way more faster than you think. That's why it's important to not just sit on the energy this month. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't mean, hey, don't just stay home and meditate. You actually want to do those things because they feed and nourish the soul, right? But what I'm also saying is, if there's an idea you have, if there's just something you really want to do, you don't have to wait on it. This is going to be an opportune time for you because you're creating more of what you love. And that's what's going on behind the scenes. Now, one key point about the energy of reviving that I want to make very clear, this isn't telling you to let go of something you're trying to let go of. What you're actually doing is reviving, like I said earlier, maybe a sense of joy, but also say a sense of wonder. So with this word, you're looking at something that you have cleared, something that you have now uncovered, and then you're rediscovering something about yourself that you love, or some sort of new essence that you're now clearing, understanding, integrating back into your life. Have you noticed that a lot of the words that I'm bringing forward are starting with the letter R? I actually don't know why. Even a year ago in that energy update, I talked about restructuring. And so there's something powerful with these words. And the next word that's massive is about being receptive. Receptivity is something we all learn in a lot of different ways. In one way, this can refer to how receptive can we be to our own self-love, to cosmic love, to love from another. If you feel you may have some sort of receptivity block, I do have a video I made all about the different blocks to healing. And the key underneath this is understanding like how worthy you are and how deserving you are. If we don't have that cultivated within us, it's hard for us to be receptive. So on one level, I'm talking about the theme this month, being receptive to all the beautiful things that you're cultivating for yourself. But number one is being receptive to your own self-love. The next layer of this is being receptive to new information, to being able to change something once your sort of worldview gets challenged. And if it is something that you need help with, that maybe is bringing you more clarity, well, you want to be receptive to that new information if it's going to help you get somewhere. So this is about uncovering things and being receptive to maybe a new perspective, because with that new information, you could make more of the changes you need to throughout the rest of this year. It's very common to have like a knee-jerk response to want to reject something that's new. So it could be new information about healing, consciousness, but maybe like new information about yourself. So maybe you're getting a mirror from someone who's very conscious. And this is the key here. Unconscious people try to mirror and try to tell you something's wrong. And sometimes that's their projection, right? But then there's the people in your life who love you. And if you consider them people who are safe and clear and conscious, well, you want to take that information. You almost want to receive that conscious mirror so that you can see how you can improve yourself, right? So that you can improve your own life by learning from these different reflections that we get inside the world. Another key word that we need to focus on is also the word refresh. What does that mean to you? Are you refreshing something in your life? Are you just going to restart something, generate some new energy? Maybe you're looking for something that's literally refreshing. Maybe it's a new perspective. Maybe it's something more physical. Maybe it's something around your health, something you want to change around that. Whatever this word means to you, that's actually the meaning you want to get. I actually didn't really want to define these from my perspective, because each word that I brought to you, whether it's refresh, rejuvenate, revive, whatever word I've mentioned, take a moment to pause and see what this brings up in you. Look for just an emotional response. Maybe it's an impulse. Whichever word I have said in the last few minutes or so, whichever one is bringing that energetic pulse within you, that's the word you want to focus on the most. And the reason you want to focus on that word the most is because it has the highest resonance, right? Another big word that starts with R. It really is all about resonance, but like I said, that has the most resonance. And the reason you want to lead with that is because that's that big clue. That's what's saying, hey, this feeds my soul. Focus on this. And that's why the theme this month is focusing on what feeds the soul. All of these key words are telling you, I need these things met because I'm here to thrive, because I did not incarnate and go through all the energy it takes to even be born, to survive childhood, to get where I am, to not thrive and meet my soul's needs and grow and heal and expand. So I'm prepared for whatever happens next in my life. That's what's going on this month, and you are fully prepared for it. Now let's all just zoom out for a moment. Let's take a step back. When we think about the needs of the soul, the true theme we're looking at is self-love. I don't think I could make a video about the soul without the number one way of feeding that, which is just completely, unconditionally loving ourselves. We just got our confirmation that that's what's key here. That's what's key this month, but also that's always the key. So it almost doesn't make sense to just break it down for this month in particular, but if you have not been doing your self-love work, this is the time to do it. I want to invite you guys right now to this thing I was thinking about. Let's call it a download. While I was preparing for this video, I was thinking about myself right before this incarnation. And I was thinking, maybe I just said to myself, I want to feel what it feels like to love myself in physical form in the third dimension. And when I feel into this, I get sensations like right here in my heart center. I want you to join me. Feel into the dimension of what I'm saying here. Maybe you're just going to close your eyes right now and listen to what I'm saying. I want to feel what it feels like to love myself. And then, bam, incarnation, you're born. Maybe we forget that we wanted to experience this, and now we're in physical form and we have the programming and all the hardships and things. So maybe we forget that that was an intention of ours. And humor me. Maybe this is an intention of yours. Even if it's not, just go along with what I'm saying so that you can just feel in your body that amount of love that comes through the moment you meet yourself again. The moment you realize, wow, I remember that I wanted to love myself. Now I get to be here and do it. See what this brings up in you. Where are you feeling this? When I first got the download, I was feeling it in my heart. I'm kind of feeling it right here in my gut. That's where I pull in energy. That's where I read the most. So it's extremely profound to think about that. And maybe you can allow yourself the grace and the opportunity and that self-love for yourself to picture yourself about to come to this planet and telling yourself, hey, let's see what it feels like to love myself. And now, can you do those things? Can you create the things that allows you to feel this? It's pretty powerful that my entire channeled self-love speech was interrupted by dogs the entire time, right? Let's once again take that as a massive synchronicity as we make our way through this video. Now that our hearts are filled with love, it's crystal time. We're going to talk about the first recommendation, and that is Labradorite. Let's see if you guys can see the flash here. It looks like you could just see me recording, which is pretty funny. It's super blue. That's all you need to know. And now I'm going to show you a piece of purple Labradorite. This is our purple Labradorite here. Once again, you're probably just seeing the reflection of me filming. Not able to capture the flash as much, but a lot of people like this stone because of the flash. And what's cool about this is this flash, this luminescence, basically comes from the fact that this is extraterrestrial. So this is a very cool stone to have around when accessing the astral planes. So a few important facts about working with this stone. This stone is all about wisdom. It's about knowledge, but also accessing higher knowledge from the higher dimensions. This is great to have around for meditation, any kind of energy work or astral travel. It actually just supports in the elevation of you getting into those higher states of consciousness and into those higher brainwave states if you use any sort of meditation music or sound bowls to do that kind of journey work. Many energy workers like this stone because it helps translate what we're feeling and pulling in and reading from our intuition into more of the words. So think more into the intellectual thought and process. It can help us explain what we are energetically feeling and tapping into, which isn't always easy to explain or teach because there's so many elements to it. So in a way, it helps harness those downloads so then they can become teachings. So in addition to the clarity it's going to bring you, it's good to have around if you are reading or studying something new that's kind of hard to break down. It's said that this stone represents Sagittarius, Leo, and Scorpio, but I think this is one of those crystals that everyone should have and work with. But also, this is just saying what your predominant sun sign is. So anything that's in your chart, whether you have any of those placements, it's going to support everyone because of its connection to those higher realms. So I definitely recommend working with this stone this month. And our next crystal for the month is rhodonite. So let me show you this piece. See the black and the pink here? I actually like the pieces that have a lot of the black crystal coming through. And let me show you another piece that I like to work with. Got this friend here. This one's got a little bit more pink in here. This is the stone, honestly, I would directly just place it to your heart center. Whatever you're doing, keep this there. Let me tell you why we want to talk about rhodonite. Rhodonite is all about love. This is a stone of the heart and of deep, deep unconditional love. Rhodonite is directly for your heart center. It's going to open it up. It's going to activate it. It's going to tune in to the cosmic higher unconditional love and help it be embodied and grounded into physicality. That's why it is so important. It's also a great stone for soothing, calming energy, clearing anxiety. So like I said with this stone, physically work with it. I do have a palm stone I like to use and hold on to. If you're healing from a broken heart, keep this stone next to you. Have it next to you when you go to sleep at night. Physically hold it up to your heart. This is going to help you process so many different emotions. The first time I truly worked with rhodonite, I was a wreck. I was heartbroken and I couldn't stop crying, but I was in a space where it was so emotional, like it was just crying and not understanding exactly why, what was coming through. I needed a little bit more information. I was honoring the emotional response stage. What this stone did for me is that it helped me figure out what those emotional waves were, what I was truly feeling, so I can actually understand those emotions, why exactly I was sad and for what reasons, and for where I needed more self-forgiveness and processing, where I needed more of that unconditional love. So it's actually going to help you bring clarity to your emotions. If you are having a day where you're just really sad and emotional and you're purging, you don't even know why. Maybe it's from a past life. Maybe it's because you've tuned in to all this suffering in the world and you're super empathic. Working with rhodonite opens the heart, helps the heart healing happen, but it's going to help you understand why you are experiencing those things, and that's how you learn how to transmute things. I do have one more recommendation since we are in the theme of love. This is a kunzite. So funny, I just wore this for today. I don't know if you can see the pink coloring. This is an extremely precious stone. And the beautiful thing about this is connection to divine love. So this is a heart opening piece. It is divine cosmic love, love for ourselves, love for creation, love for the all. It helps us connect to more compassion and love for humanity. I think if you're highly empathic, you're pretty good at that, but what this is going to do is to keep you in that space where you can radiate your own love in that form of energetic support for all of humanity's healing. Another reason why this stone is so precious is because it actually helps rejuvenate the heart muscles. The energy emitted is perfect for heart healing. This is also another stone though that brings clarity. Very great to use in any form of meditation. It brings inspiration forward. It's something that will help you feel more connected to yourself in very, very powerful ways. It's going to motivate you. It's going to help you want to put things out there as well. Also know this is a stone that helps to clear negativity. It's said to raise the vibration of any area it's in, to bring it just that much closer to infinity. So work this into your practice. It's super supportive. So let's wrap up the key themes of this video. Remember, this is the month we truly return to the soul and meet those soul needs. Think nurturing, enrichment, the things that revive us, rejuvenate us, that refresh us, the things that we are in resonance with, and we're going to be super receptive, and we are going to continue to focus on cultivating our sense of self-love for ourselves and continue to radiate that throughout the field. All of those crystals I mentioned today nurture the soul. They align us, they get us connected with those soul needs. The labradorite, the kunzite, the rhodonite, all of this promotes deep, deep cosmic heart opening and heart healing. I'm wishing you all a peaceful, nurturing, and loving February. You are fully prepared not only for this month, but for the year ahead, because remember, 2024 is a year of healing. You are going to get on the other side of whatever you are working through, and you so want to trust that. Have a beautiful month, and I'll see you soon.